Recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to support H.R. 5349, the Crucial Communism Teaching Act, authored by Representative Salazar from Florida. Communism is a cancerous ideology that has a long, dark history of political suppression, persecution, and violence. There's no question about that. This ideology has led to the deaths of over 100 million men, women, and children worldwide, and tramples the human rights of over 1.5 billion people across the globe. If you think this is a thing of the past, think again. The victims of communism memorial foundations put it this way: the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, but communism didn't. 100 years after the Bolshevik Revolution, 1/5 of the world's population still lives under the single-party communist regime of China, Cuba, Laos, North Korea, and Vietnam. The freedom we enjoy is a threat to these communist regimes, and they benefit when their atrocities are covered up. So it's no surprise that foreign actors are infiltrating American educational institutions to spew propaganda and keep the horrors of communism buried. For example, the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, is using Confucius classrooms under the guise of cultural exchange centers to undermine the principles on which this nation is built. They are explicitly organized by the CCP to project soft power on American students. The strategy is straight out of the Soviet playbook. In 1960, the USSR established the People's Friendship University as a cultural and literary exchange program to indoctrinate students in developing countries like Africa, Asia, and Latin America. This blatant attempt to inject foreign ideologies into schools undermines the fundamental purpose of American education. It goes without saying we should be teaching American values in American schools. Make no mistake, every dollar that flows into American classrooms from the CCP comes with strings attached. And the most important string is the requirement that instructors censor themselves to appease Beijing. This censorship stifles academic freedom, which is a cornerstone of the American educational system. Academic freedom encourages open dialogue, the free exchange of ideas, and the pursuit of knowledge without fear of reprisal. The Confucius classrooms, however, undermine these principles by fostering an environment where educators are pressured to align with the CCP's agenda, stifling critical thinking and true intellectual exploration. Yet over 500 K-12 schools across the United States have allowed the CCP to establish itself in their halls under the guise of Confucius classrooms, which has been especially concentrated close to U.S. military bases. To make matters worse, currently 28% of Gen Z hold a favorable opinion of the term communism. 18% of Gen Z think communism is a fairer system than capitalism and deserves consideration in America. These disturbing statistics make it clear that we are in a war of ideas. President Reagan's quote is even more present. Freedom is never more than a generation away from extinction. We celebrate accountability, free markets, human rights, and good governance, while communists seeks to subvert these ideas. We must protect and nurture our own democratic values for them to continue to thrive. This is a serious problem that must be confronted, and the crucial Communist Teaching Act is the answer. This legislation will offer states and local districts optional educational materials which they can educate high school students about the dangers of communism and how these systems are contrary to the founding principles of the freedom in the United States. This is all about preserving those founding principles, safeguarding the freedoms that have always defended or been defined in this great republic throughout its history, and educating the nation's future leaders about the true nature of this caustic ideology that is communism. With that, I urge a yes vote for the crucial Communism Teaching Act and reserve the remainder of my time.